JD here, and as you can see, we are on F1 24 here today, and this is actually my very first multiplayer gameplay video. So if you'd like to be part of these videos in the future, your best opportunity is to click that join button once you become a member of the channel. Also go to my Discord link within the description and you will be able to be part of these. Also get access to discounts for one-to-one coaching at www.coachlimitless.com and updated setups that I will be doing on a very regular basis. But with that out of the way, the main topic of this video is to talk about F1 24's handling. And I know this has been a very, very big debate since the game has been released. If you've been watching my streams, you've been probably seeing quite a few of my opinions on the game so far, so I'll be talking to that just a little bit. But I think this race here that you're about to see really does showcase what can be possible with this handling. And when I talk about the handling, I'm just not talking about just like the front end and how the car grips throughout the corners and everything. I'm talking about the whole really racing model of this game, specifically with this ERS, but you can see there.
Jesus Christ.
You just heard me say there. Yeah, Jesus Christ, because it's just, I think someone's summed up really well. It just feels like you're kind of playing a mobile game.
God, I lost it all when that happened.
Very kind of twitchy.
God.
Yeah, not too bad at first when you turn into the corner, but the slower you go and the more drastically you slow the car down, it's like the steering ratio kind of cuts in half. So you're like driving on 500 degrees, like I would recommend people doing in this game. But then it goes down to like 250 degrees. It kind of feels like it's been cut in half. So it's just a very, very bizarre feeling. And actually, I think it's actually very difficult to get hold of. And I think especially for a casual player, they're probably going to have quite a hard time getting used to this handling model if there is any change. And I think that's the question I really want to ask in this video, and really to hear your thoughts, especially people who have played the game so far. What do you think of this racing model or just the handling model? Do you actually think it's a good thing? Because I've said for many years now, I don't mind if the game is not a simulation, because if you want a simulation, then that's where you have a Assetto Corsa and iRacing, Automobilista, games like that, which do a phenomenal job at showcasing the real force feedback. These games have never been a full sim, and I've been playing them since 2010 at competitive level, and that's absolutely fine for me. I think the biggest thing is I want people's skill to be rewarded, and I want the racing to actually be good. And yes, if it feels a bit more natural, that's going to probably suit me better, coming from a real racing background. But as long as it is fun and you can have good racing and it's going to reward the truly faster driver most of the time, then that's really what I'm all about. And I have to say, before playing this game, because I did a video talking about the preview build, I wasn't a fan of this handling, and to this day, or now today, I still think there should be improvements made, definitely for sure. But I actually had a good time playing this game, as crazy as that sounds. And yeah, because main reason for that is because of this ERS model, which I think they probably will have to change because it is just so extreme. Like if you watch in the bottom right hand side of the screen, so I'm going up to overtake here, so you can press a button to use the overtake, but then you put it back down to none. The difference between the two modes is just absolutely crazy. So you can see when people's red lights are flashing there, they're just turning it back down to 0. And I just feel kind of the ERS model, it just probably, or not probably, but is very, very extreme. So I just really want to hear if people agree or whether that's the case. And I think for a casual player who might not even know how to change this or how to do it efficiently, they're probably going to get eaten alive when it comes into lobbies like this. At least I've been somewhat used to this, because in 2018 you had to do almost exactly the same. I think it was non-medium high or something like that, I think, or hot lap maybe, or can't quite remember, but I know you had to flick between the modes all the time. But on this, I feel like they've just taken it to that next level. And you can see again, just when you slow the car down too much, it just wants to over-rotate. So you just have these massive moments of understeer, but then you have chronic oversteer all of a sudden. The handling model is just extreme, and just the racing model with the ERS is also just very, very extreme. But you can see as a result of this model though, it does actually provide, I'm not going to say good racing, but it actually provides racing. I think the criticism I've had of the recent F1 games for the past couple of years is, especially if you watch the likes of F1 esports, you're just kind of stuck in a train and there's not really much you can do. Whereas with this model here, it allows you to actually really push, and then you can just conserve everything. So you can see we're back down to 62 ERS or 6%. So we'll see. So I've put it back down to none, and you'll see, look how much I save in the space of a few corners. I've basically almost saved it. You can see again, that's another example of the handling, and also the contact model is very sensitive as well. You can see in the space of just a few corners. So if you go back down to, we're not going to do it now, but you'll see quite often you can say sometimes maybe like 10% per corner when you're going back down to like no ERS. But the problem with that is that if you go no ERS, you're just a living parachute in a straight line, literally. So yeah, I feel like they maybe need to make it a lot harder to recover the ERS potentially, or just not make it anywhere near as powerful between the different modes. And there's just such a huge difference between them, and right now it's just too easy to save. You're just going to have people constantly attacking you and then just recharging instantly as well. So you'll see it again through here. So I'm using overtake just to make sure I get ahead of this guy. So we're going into this corner and we're going to put it down to 0. So at 37, let's see how much we have on the exit of turn 2. So we've got this really long turn 1. So it was 37, and if we do a bit of braking here, not too much braking required in these corners, but you know, a corner where you're going to have a lot of braking, you're probably going to be saving about 15 to 20%, which is just absolutely mad. So you can see, like, the exit of this corner, like, it was almost 57 there. So yeah, it was. So we saved like 20% of the ERS just in one sector. I think that is definitely far too much. But on the flip side, you can see this race here. I actually did have quite a lot of fun. So do you change it, or do you just balance it out a little bit better? I think for me, it's just making the balance a bit better. Just making it either much harder to save, or I think probably just not making it as powerful between them, just doing a little bit of both. But again, for me, it's not just my opinion. I think it's really important that the majority have the same opinion in this, because otherwise it's going to make the racing, people aren't going to be motivated to want to play the game. Because again, this makes it free wide. And in terms of the other characteristics of this racing model, handling model, I say the DRS is not particularly strong on this game. It's just the ERS, the overtake button, is just so powerful. Dirty air definitely is a factor, and it's definitely something I could feel in this game, probably more than I did on F1 23. But you're about to see this last lap here. You can see everyone is just going red light because everyone's just in saving their ERS, they're just not even using it. So I'm just going to try and conserve mine as much as possible, because again, when I'm using overtake, look how quickly it goes. It just falls out of your car. It's just crazy how quick it goes, but then it's equally as crazy of how it actually recovers again. So going through into here, the problem I was having is obvious, is that you just can't, you have to keep defending yourself all the time, because the guy behind is going to attack you with that overtake button. So you go into here, just try and slip into third place, get ahead of this guy, which we're just about to do, using a little bit of room in the exit. So using the overtake button here, see, he's trying to conserve it, so trying to get myself into second place going into this last straight. We got Luca up ahead, a very, very fast driver, CPR9 though next to me, who's a very fast driver as well. And look how quickly this drains. So we're on 60%, and just look how quickly it goes in the overtake. It is just absolutely crazy. So yeah, we've used 70% of the ERS on one straight with the overtake. Yeah, it's just absolutely crazy. And with here, you want to try and not over-rotate the car, so it's really important to keep that minimum speed as much as you possibly can. And because if you slow it down too much, the cars simply go over-rotate. But
Oh shit!
Yeah. Let me know what you think of your initial thoughts of the F124 handling. I know a lot of people aren't too happy with it. But for me, I think they definitely need to balance it out a lot more. But at least it actually provides somewhat good racing. You can actually have fun with this, at least. But yeah, I still think things need to change. The over-rotation, the balancing of the ERS. Please let me know what you think. Make sure to subscribe for more Hot Lap Setup videos and also just future F124 content. And I'll be catching you very, very soon. Peace.